Welcome back for part 2 of Dragon Quest Smash Grow. Hopefully I didn't say Smash Grab. I don't know why I think it called that, but it's not. It's Smash Grow. This is the closed beta test. If you didn't see part 1, what are you doing? Make sure you check it out. It is linked down below in the description. It might even pop up on the screen as a clickable insert that you guys can get to. We covered a lot in the first video, like the first look at the gameplay, the initial story stages, some of the initial cutscenes, the initial gotchas and all that stuff, and the way that the rates work and all that stuff. We covered quite a bit in that video, so make sure you check it out. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Since the game's not out fully, I can't cover this too in-depth right now, but when it is officially out, I will be covering this game on my channel extensively. Like some of you may know, I did once upon a time with Dragon Quest Die, A Hero's Bond. I covered that game extensively, and I really do enjoy Smash Grow. So we've played a good bit since the first one, not anything crazy or anything like that, but I've played for the rest of the chapter, and I didn't feel right about playing too much off screen because there are story beats and stuff like that, and it's not really a playthrough. Even though this is part 2, it's not really a playthrough, but I wanted to still show you guys some of that stuff. So anyway, I need to go back and replay stage 8 to get that last star, but one thing that happened along the way is we actually unlocked the second party member. And so going back to the first video, the party members and characters all use the same resources. So all of the different gear, artifacts, or not artifacts, excuse me, equipment is the word, and weapons that you build up are not only for your primary created character, but they're also for the other characters too. And then they have all the same options as well. So that adds a level of depth in terms of customization and stuff like that to this too. And another thing that I thought was quite interesting was that when you go in here, you actually have more blessings overall by having more party members. And that's not really anything that's crazy, but you can put strong weapons on the party members and get more of those as well. And there's more available blessings here as well. As we've progressed, more things have become available as options, but that's pretty cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it and start things off. All right. So to begin, we are going to start with the, I like to get the attack magnifier personally. So when you first get your secondary character, he's a mage. I don't know if his name literally is mage or not. I have to go back and confirm. But anyway, one thing I thought was pretty interesting was the range for the mage. The mage could end up, he could stay in the literal corner all the way back here and hit dudes all the way where they're at now. It's insane. Another thing that's happened is they've added these obstacles in as well to make it more of a strategic game, of course, but I like to have the boon to increase my movement speed. By the way, we take a lot of damage now. To increase my movement speed as well, but also to increase my attack range. So I'm not as pressed about this. The only annoying thing is when you do move, you do break that chain for the third attack. You don't have to move too early. Maybe sometimes you'll kill them before they get to hit you, even if they're already targeting you. But the increased range is very nice. And I found that you do start to need to use, restores the HP of the entire party, makes orbs faster. That'll be good once I use my coup de grace, which is going to be my next point. I found that you need to start using your coup de grace much sooner and much more consistently. And also these healing and all that stuff is really nice here. There's the blessing to get for healing and all that stuff. So there's quite a lot of healing, and it kind of winds up being pretty important. Certainly if you're under leveled, like I presume I am at this point. I'm going to throw my coup de grace now, actually. Nice! Smash! I also learned that when you get a kill shot with that, it actually does show the smash there. And that one is cool because it does bring in these orbs for me. Oh, that was a misclick. Oh, well. It is what it is. All right, so we've got that going on. And let me show you the secondary character as well. So you can tap them and switch, right? I did lose the orbs because that was the weapon effect for the other character. All right, so infuse the spheres. We can send out the piercing great arrow. I wonder if they stayed. They did indeed stay. That's nice. Let's stay for a little bit until the orbs wear off, and they wore off already. Anyway, I liked using this character a lot with, I don't know, the claws. It was pretty fun playstyle overall. Let me get out of here. Let me use this now. Nice. I did see, one thing I did notice is that the other characters, look at the movement on him now. The other characters don't have like special cut-ins for their attacks. Infuses the great arrow with powers. Let's go for the poisonous great arrow. Look at the movement and attack speed on him. It's quite great. There's nothing down this way, huh? No. Just got that extra 1 gold. I don't know what that is useful for 1 gold, but all right. Let's go. So I'm actually going to pick this right back up. Oh, no, there it is. I was going to say I hadn't seen one. It had skipped it earlier, and there it is that time. Never mind. I thought that was kind of weird. So my bad. I'm just crazy. Look at the poison effect on there. What does that do in terms of, well, it automatically went. I wanted to see how much chip damage they take. They lose a good amount of HP off the poisons. That's pretty good. My range was just so big. Look at this circle here because the attack range is so high. All right, gain 2 spheres. So we'll get that default spheres. We've also got the ricochet shooting from the weapon blessing. We will heal here. And we will stay in. And it is Golem! All right, what do we have here? Bless my bites. That must be our Golem. Is that really a Golem? According to auto is on, so it's going too fast. Do I want the log? No. They're usually that color. They aren't usually that color. Got you, bro. Cancel the line of analysis. It's time for action, not words. It's also time for you to hit that thumbs up button. While my voice cracks, I'm sure that your playback did not crack and you're enjoying what... I don't know where this is going. Let's get this video to a level of 200 likes. It's very easy to do. Share the video with your friends if they're interested and subscribe, as I mentioned earlier. I'd greatly appreciate it. It does help out tremendously. Thank you so much. My phone is vibrating. We'll just stay out of your range, bro. I'm not worried about that. That's fine. Coup de grace. Dash. Oh, look at the damage we did. Hello? Can you not? I've got to switch out now. A little too low on HP there. Got the poison going. Oh, we are doing so... poison's probably super good on a guy like him. I bet the poison's super good here. And I win. Nice. Having 2 characters is also quite strong. All right. I had it on auto, so it didn't get the 3rd star in that previous stage. Smashing work. I'm sure you passed a test with flying colors. Oh, yeah. That they added was a character that was a part of the Dragon Wings or whatever they're called. I don't remember. But he was a character that was tied into the organization. But that's pretty cool. And by the way, I thought it was hilarious they gave me him, but I made my super duper original, no one else ever does this, Super Saiyan-esque character. They gave me him, but he looked like a Super Saiyan Blue. He got the blue hair. I was like, nah, we gotta put a cap on, bro. I wonder if there's a way to actually customize his visuals. I wouldn't be surprised. He doesn't have a cut-in list like she does, so I'm sure that he probably has some sort of way to customize him. And I was thinking as well, I wonder if there's going to be character collaborations, because there's so many iconic Dragon Quest characters. I do wonder if they'll do character collaborations, or obviously Dragon Quest game collaborations, and then pull those characters into this game. I know that this is a weapon-based game, but they can still give you those characters as playable characters for your party, right? And then you can summon for their signature weapon, something like that. I've talked about Dai a few times here. And it's easy for me to relate back to Dai because it's the main mobile I played. I didn't really play a ton of Tact, but Tact had this as well, thinking about it, where you would have those characters, but Tact was a character-based and monster-based summoner. Anyway, but I do wonder if they could do that. So going back to Dai, you could have Pop show up with his signature staff, things like that. I think that could be pretty cool, actually. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right, so let's go ahead and grab the flurry. 2 consecutive normal attacks seems pretty legit. They threw me into another stage and I didn't have to select it. Did I select it while I was talking? I probably did. I had to. I was on autopilot, to be honest. All right, so they now have new enemies now, no longer just the slimes. All right, cool. So we got 3 chests. Nice. Hello. Projectile doubler, thank you. I also saw, maybe this is just something else that I'm thinking about. Maybe it's not exactly what I think it is, but I believe if you fire your coup de grace early, you will get more chests. That's what I've seen, because I've seen stages where early on I'm getting like 3 or 4 of those blessings, or maybe 2 or 3. And that has been useful in getting a lot of them early. Maybe it's because there were extra waves though, like this. That could have been the case. This is a lot of enemies and a lot of waves, right? So maybe that's what it was. And as a result, I was firing my coup de grace because there's just so many of them. Let's see what happens here. Group is defeated, 34 gold. Infused with the arrows, I'll just take the attack speed. And nope, didn't do what I thought it was going to do. So no worries. Can just ignore those dudes because they don't really... You get some gold for defeating them, but they're not really here to... They're not able to stop you or anything, so it is what it is, right? All right, Mr. Flashing Talons. Actually, let's throw this now to get the attack speed. Oh, you know what it is? Is because if you double tap, it actually doesn't play the animation. That's why it wasn't showing it. I typically have a tendency to double tap, so if you double tap, it just won't play the animation. Interesting. I'm gonna do it here now, watch. You'll just skip it. Interesting. Just blowing this up, dude. There's so many hacks going on right now. It's just so much stuff happening. All right, we'll just grab another great arrow, because why not? Look at that thing go. Thank you for that. He's also got better, so you can put on, I think this popped in towards the end of the last part, Well, you can put on the enhancements that you get. He's got better ones here on him than the other character does because I just autoed on him and I didn't really confirm what I was having on either character and stuff. You can also infuse those, I don't know what they were called, but I don't know. We got one at the very beginning of the game and then they made me equip it and stuff like that. Memories, I think they're actually called. You can put on a lot of those. For one, you can put on a few of those, but you can also infuse duplicates of similar rarities and upgrade them that way. That's pretty cool. I also did find out that the Ascension was for infusing duplicated weapons. So it's not a surprise. That's a mechanic. They got to make money. But that's not going to be the free-to-play version of enhancement unless this game is super generous. Remains to be seen. Let's grab the traps. Oh, a heal. Nice. We'll take that. Thank you. Thank you, Goddess. I appreciate you. And it's another ugly-ass golem. It's a regular colored golem. Most impressive and formidable looking opponent. Caution would be wise. But what if I don't want to be cautious? What if I want to be dangerous? I also wondered if I could press my coup de grace and get a stronger one when the meter's completely full. That is not the case. You just get it twice. Oh, wow. I didn't expect him to move like that, but that's fine. I also saw that there are going to be some boss stages where they put in other minions aside from the boss out there. But when you beat the boss, the stage ends regardless of what those other characters are doing. So that's nice. The trap is not laying at the right spot. That's kind of annoying. Also, what's annoying is he's triggering, I don't know, he's triggering movement and he's just going wherever he wants to go. But we got him. Let's go, man. All right, congrats, DFree. You have triumphed over the trial, and now Zephyr should trust me. All right. Curious, the memory. See, there's another memory. The memory you found on the golem. Wait, I require more time to process. It's going in the journal? What? Or the log, right? The adventure log? Oh, El Dragon. You've done well, DFree. Comforting voice. DFree, canst thou hear me? I remember that voice. That's Nornia. With that we could meet under, well, that's interesting. That we could meet under better circumstances. What, with hope? With what? Brave DFree, alas, I bear ill tidings. The world of Valdesia faces grave peril. An ancient menace reawakens that threatens to swallow this world whole. The dark rifts, the fraying edges of reality are its manifestation. If it is left unlocked or unchecked, all shall fall into nothingness. I beseech thee, DFree, gather to thee the memories of this world. Then what? Narnia! Then what? Do I beat the game or what? No, you're never beating a gacha game. It's never done until they say it's done. Scott's level is, oh, his name is Scott. I thought his name was Mage. My bad. His name is Scott. I thought his name was Mage. I thought his name was literally Mage. All right, we leveled up. Let's go. We don't rank up yet, but we got some good stuff here. Quite a lot of stuff. Those chests came through pretty handily there. Nice. I'm just now realizing I'm stupid, but I was just now realizing that the chests were for post-stage rewards. I should have thought of that. I should have known that. That's a standard thing. In fact, I'm frankly embarrassed that I didn't. I was thinking that they were an indicator of, but for whatever reason, I thought they were an indicator of how many rewards you're going to get on the blessings for beating a wave. I don't know what determines whether you get more than one at a time or not yet, though. I guess I'll have to figure that out. Maybe that's in the help section that doesn't exist in this game yet. Not that I saw one. Their settings are kind of weird. It took me a while to find game settings because they were hidden over here. Chaining quest unlocked. I can change my vocation as well. Interesting. Change vocation. That wasn't something I was ever presented with the option to do. He was just by default a warrior. Different vocations specialize in different weapons and have unique traits. Try them all and find out the one that best suits you. So I'll be changing mage, firstly. Scott. To what, a martial artist? Yeah, martial artist. He's special, or thief works as well. I need to see what the details are, though, what their effects are. But for now, I'll just leave him here. And it looks like the level is tied to the vocation. So that is a vocation level, not a character level. That is also good to know. That's a cool little cut in right there. All right, I'll take it. That's cool. He adopted the way of the martial artist. All right, and look at my stats. No, that's so brutal. Is the auto edit setup? No. It should be the same, right? Oh, I love how they've got, oh, they have the different, and that's not surprising, but it's really nice. They have the different original character cut-ins for the characters in the different outfits. Oh, that's clean. I didn't realize that earlier. Oh, that's so clean. Those are great. Oh, man, that looks really nice. Those are great, dude. I saw this one, but I didn't move on past that one. I didn't notice it. All right, let's go ahead and proceed from here. Let's see what we have in our feat sheet here. Did we complete the first one yet? Clear a training quest. So we will have to do this. Attain Adventurer rank 5. So there's a few things left to do on the very first sheet, but we'll worry about that in a moment. We can also, this is weird because I guess it's just your actual player profile, all that stuff. It's there. Normally that's up in the top left corner or something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and actually see what we have in the gacha. It's been a bit since we did anything, but I would like to pull something. I guess they're not going to run another weapon ban or anything like that. Maybe not for the duration of this. We'll see what we get. 3-star guaranteed. This one is not able to be re-rolled though, so is what we get. All right, come through for you, boy. Come through. Oh, it's golden. Slimers. No slimes, but there's a rainbow. I'll take it. So there's going to be one. I don't know if this game has any sort of fake out mechanic where it'll change at the last second or anything like that. It certainly is possible, I guess. All right, Mage's attire. I need to go through these as well and see if these also have a specialty bonus based on what class or vocation of character they're equipped to. That could also be a thing. Partisan, and we got, what is it? What? That is not a weapon. Oh, it broke. My bad. I'll fix this right now. Now, to clarify, it doesn't say anywhere that you're guaranteed to get a weapon or anything like that, but I really wanted a weapon. Anyway, here's a look at the Saint's hat. And this is the first look at, I guess, because we haven't looked at these really, and I was just mentioning it, how these equipment look like. So, hardy healing. Increase the amount of HP recovered when healing. Increases physical damage, earth damage. So, a bunch of passives that unlock as it is leveled up. And it looks like these down here are probably for Ascension. That I'm pretty sure that's what these are. But they cap out at level 25. Just various stats improved. They can also be, of course, upgraded and ascended like we were talking about. But nothing fancy here overall. And looking at the rest of these, I assume they function similarly. So while there isn't a specific class they're best on, I guess, but if you're going to put this on a character that can heal your party or something like that, that's good. Or you obviously can heal mid-stage from like Blessing and stuff like that, or the Goddess. So there is some of that in there. And just because I didn't get a 3-star doesn't mean that there isn't usefulness in there. I could get a duplicate weapon that I could advance more and stuff like that, or send more. That could also be pretty useful. So let's go ahead and go through. We're going to edit our party. Clear Chapter 2, Stage 2 to unlock the 3rd party member. I'm excited about that. We will see what happens from here. He's going to look quite silly because I haven't gone through it, but it's all right. I'll actually just do the same here because we're here. Again, gonna look quite silly, probably a little more silly, but not the worst. All right, let's get out of here and go back over to the log, or excuse me, the quest. We need to go back to the quest. So anyway, once again, quick reminder, if you are enjoying the video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you took the time to hit that thumbs up. It's free. It really doesn't take much time, in fact, and it does help out tremendously. Oh, co-op is here. So we've unlocked some stuff. Clear Chapter 1 on normal. So once I clear Chapter 1, I assume there's one more stage or something. Oh, the epilogue. Once I clear that, then I will get the opportunity to see the events page as well. There's co-op and all that stuff. I did know that there was a Smash Grow event that they tweeted out as well, but I need to clear this. So we're going to run through this pretty as quickly as possible, see what we can do. I think I had it on auto, and auto maybe had a character die, I think is what happened here, so it didn't get the full completion. Actually, just going to switch. I think this character is just a bit stronger right now. He actually just took a grip of damage. Maybe not. All right, and also this is, I believe, the first stage where I really started to see obstacles. The obstacles are pretty interesting because if you have enough range, you can kind of hide behind them, so that's pretty great. All right, more enemies, but we're going to throw this now. We don't got time to waste. It comes back pretty quickly. Ooh, get wrecked. And then the slimes don't really matter all that much. I also was bringing up that they should have an indicator in the last video about when the enemies are going to attack you. There is one. They flash red. And I think that your blessings count is determined by that bar that I can hardly see in the top left corner. I think that's what it is. The jewels fill it up, and I think that's what determines how many you're going to get. I just saw it shoot across. Random intervals where you become invincible. I'll take that. No worries. Can't really use my other character too much until I heal. So let's see what we can do. We do that cool girls again. Love to see it. And now we've got the, well, that was pretty quick. All right, I was gonna say, now we got the orbs circling me. Plucky aura. Gain an aura that increases your stats as you go at the start of the battle. And so, by the way, if what I just said is true about how you unlock more blessings, then it is beneficial to beat these minions on the side that don't really have a full impact. Because as you see, my meter is nearly full, and if I get enough experience here, then I'll get 2, is how that looks, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that's gonna work. Glad I figured it out. Nobody else figured it out before me, right? I'm sure. I'm positive. I'm sure even people that haven't played the game figured it out before me. All right, let's go ahead and get the homing projectiles. And then, like I said, we do now get to. So I'm happy to figure that out. It didn't take very long after I started to realize that I was on the wrong track. That's where, like, if I had I uploaded, so I recorded part 1 yesterday, but if I had uploaded it, then recorded this video, excuse me, I recorded it yesterday, it has not been released yet because they're releasing at the same time. But had I released it, somebody could have maybe pointed that out to me and I would have known for this video, but that wasn't exactly the case. We don't have time to waste. I do like the poison there, that's pretty fun. The group of enemies is defeated and immediately restores HP of the party. I'll grab that from my boy. Oh, he shot to max. He doesn't have very much HP though. Oh, well, there's a heal here. I'm stupid. He doesn't have very much HP though because he's like, what, level 1? So actually, right now, this other character, despite having worse gear, my main character, the original, is stronger because he has that. Oh, you can't shoot past these, can you, with your arrow? Your arrow is absolutely going to get stuck, isn't it? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's interesting. You love to see it. He can't even hit me. That's great. That's pretty great. I'm not going to use it here. I'll save it for the guy, the main boss. You don't really need to fight these guys because they don't really do anything at this stage other than just annoy you. You're not going to get any benefit of fighting those guys because once you beat this guy, the stage ends, and it doesn't do anything until you beat this guy. So, all right, we got the win there. Let's go ahead and proceed. Give me my triple star win and hello epilogue. Here I come. All right, what the? Defeat the Dracuma. Where the flippity flappity? When did I skip a Dracuma? I should have looked at that. All right, so this is what I'll do. Okay, at least we got some training done, I guess. I'll go back into this and skip it so you guys don't have to watch it again. I need to find the stupid Dracuma. I apparently skipped one, and that's the objective. So I'm going to do this, and we'll be right back. Oh, we actually got a good blessing, though. Crystal Throw, adding another one in there. Oh, that's busted. Hold on, how does this look like? That sounds busted as hell. Gonna ricochet 2 of them. Oh, he does. Oh, that sounds broken. Oh, man. So I've made it to the end of this and I didn't skip anything, but the Dracuma hasn't shown up. Do I have to beat these minions long enough to have them respawn or something? I don't really get what's happening here. I did fight some Drackies, but let's try it. It didn't look like this stage had respawning enemies either, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. I guess because it's uncommon, it's not guaranteed to show up. That's actually, I can understand that type of thing if I need to farm a Dracuma for like event stage, but on story progression, I just think that's crappy. Why would you put a non-guaranteed monster in here? For just completing the story. I'm not playing an event. I'm not trying to farm. I guess with this case, it probably has maybe a good medal, I guess. Maybe a good memory. Maybe that's why. But I've ran through this now 3 times and I haven't seen it once. But if you're going to do that, I don't know why it would be an objective for getting the 3rd, because it forces you to play the stage unless the enemy shows up. I have no control over that, so I think that's kind of dumb, personally. Maybe you think differently? I don't know. I can understand it, again, on other content, but I don't know why that's an objective here, then. It's just stupid. Minor nitpick, of course, but I just wonder when it's supposed to show up. There's a wave of Drackies right here. I believe it's right here. And if it doesn't show up here, I wonder if you could just restart this whole stage if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure that there's a wave of Drackies that's about to show up. Well, not on this one, apparently. So here's some Drackies I was mentioning earlier. I don't know. I kind of think that if it doesn't spawn there, then this stage is done. Because that's the only spot that you see Drackies, unless it can come in by itself, which I guess is possible. Oh, there's more Drackies, I guess. But still, same thing. Well, I didn't get it to spawn, so I guess we'll just have to worry about that later. I'm just going to go ahead and try to win this. It's pretty nice to throw 2 back-to-back coup de grâces and win there. That's pretty great. I'm hoping it showed up and I didn't see it, but it's dumb. I don't like that. Not at all. All right, well, we'll go ahead and play the epilogue and go from there. I'm not so worried about that anymore. Did I hear you right? I've seen quite a few take a crack, at an alpha. You tech a crack. He's saying take a crack, but maybe that's just how it's used elsewhere. I don't know. To me, it looks like a spelling error. But like I mentioned in the first video, they have different spellings for English words, which is not uncommon for other parts of the world than what I'm used to, so I don't really mind that. But I just wonder if that's an accent thing to signify he's speaking with an accent. Take a crack. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. Probably so, because he has a couple of those. But none that mention out about an audience with upstairs. Desia in grave peril, the world's memories. If that was really the goddess, what are we to do? For now, let's focus on what we can do that's worrying about things we don't understand, or then worrying about things we don't understand. I've got a job. Take this to Carnicus and deliver it to the captain. A letter! I've written to inform him that you've completed the trial, but I'd like for you to tell him personally what you experienced. Will you not be accompanying us, Zephyr? I have orders from the captain to investigate a little further on DFree's test once DFree's test is over. As such, it falls to you to relay the news. I can't read today about what happened in the rift. Oh, and Raleigh, you can go too, whatever the hell she said before I skipped it. It doesn't appear to pose a threat, and it's talk about being sent here by the goddess seems less of a tale. Now, I can't read in this video. The following, I can't. It's not possible. At any rate, take it with you to Carnicus and let the captain decide what to do with it. I trust you have no objections, Raleigh? None whatsoever. The goddess told me to provide DFree with such aid as necessary. I'll return to Carnicus once I've taken care of the other tasks. We'll meet again there. Oh, and before I forget, congrats. You passed the test with flying colors. Did she kiss me? It sounded like she kissed me. Now then, I must be on my way. I'll see you in Carnicus. But it was like a sound effect. Zephyr seems very dedicated to her duties, barely a moment's rest, and she is back on the battlefield. But what was the goddess about to say? Something about gathering the world's memories, but it sounded like there was more. Speaking of memories, the memory you acquired from the Alpha has been recorded in the Adventure Log S. Maybe if you fill this log up with memories, the goddess will grant you another audience. But I'm supposed to be the goddess's messenger, aren't I? I'm still unable to access the crucial files in my memory banks. Confound my capacitors. On the bright side, with no prior data available, every experience of this adventure will be fresh and exhilarating. I am abuzz with anticipation. Are you excited too, DFree? I want to know all about the goddess. Exactly the response I anticipated. Look out, world. Here we come. I suggest we get our affairs in order and set off to Carnicus. I'm glad to be part of the team, DFree. I catch more of these Dragon Quest games that show the overworld and let you actually roam them a little bit. This is the same formula they use for all these games on mobile. They all have a style, and I'm not really mad at it. It's not so much about the aesthetic of it, because if you're a Dragon Quest fan, you like the aesthetic of it. But I would like to at least put my character on the map and walk across the map. It doesn't, a little something, right? You can obtain upgrade material from your vocation tree in hard mode. Ooh, hard mode. Events will unlock now as well. Let's see the events. You can now enter limited time events, take part to earn rewards. Good news, come with me. Camp and search. What is this, AFK thing? At long last, my little machines are complete. Say hello to the dronies. Dronies can search rifts on our behalf, put them to good use on your travels. Is this like dispatch mode? What is it? It's a dispatch, isn't it? It looks like dispatch dronies to search for resources. After a while, they'll return with memory. So it's an AFK dispatcher. It's a pretty standard functionality, but it is what it is. Rare and uncommon in the Lunia Flats. Hopefully they can complete that for me, but I know they can't. But we'll see if we can get something nice. That'd be pretty cool. But let's send the droney off. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and proceed from here. But once again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I'm not sure how much time has passed, but you can maybe see my time in the top corner. It's been a few hours. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump back in, but I'm not sure how much time has passed for you. Probably just a few seconds. All right, so I didn't get around to trying to finish off the objective that we were working on previously, but not a big deal. I wanted to actually take a look at the co-op here as well before we get out of here. Oh, available in 1 hour. I wonder if it's on a timer in general or if it hasn't started yet. I'm not sure. Maybe they just want me to clear 2-1 and that would unlock it for me and it'll be fine outside of the hour. I'm not so sure, but for now, let's go ahead and proceed from here. It would appear that we have arrived at the human habitation cluster named Solidor. It is certainly a sizable settlement. It is a stop on the way to Carnicus, where the Dragon Wings captain awaits. Will he be? What manner of organic being will he be? He's gonna be a monster! Oh, you stop. You, a traveler? Now, Todd, about that, I suppose. But mind explaining your friend there, the monstrous-looking one? Your hostility clearly stems from ignorance, sir. But let me assure you I am not some drooling monster. Best set this man straight DFree before the people of this town start reaching to their pitchforks. All right. We're going to go a little bit faster. He's an ancient relic. By the way, did you hear him talking about the dragon wings? You're one of them, aren't you? A roving sellsword, selflessly taking the fight to monsters. All right. We're going to go, just like I said, a tick faster. I do enjoy the story, but feel free to pause if you would like to. It's fun, but I'm going to be honest with you. It'll be some time before I sit down and actually try to go through that because I only have a limited amount of time with the beta. So I've got to make sure that we get as much in as possible. All right. We are in a town church. Here's a log if you're interested in pausing and reading. I've been going a little bit fast. The town has more than its fair share of problems, he says. All right, so they threw us in here. Let's see what we've got going on. All right, let's start with the crystal arrow. My goat, I appreciate you. Thank you, good sir. It'd be nice if this game had a camera control, but I can understand why it doesn't. I would like it, though. You don't necessarily need it for the style of game, but I would really like to be able to pan or zoom. There's no zoom. A zoom would be cool, like a flat-out, third-person type zoom. That'd be good. Anyway, so far, so good. My arrows just flying around. Step into my zone, Mr. Slime. Right, let's smash. I love how it shows smash on the screen. Like, is that a Hulk copyright? Are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to use the word smash at all? No, I'm just kidding. I know sometimes people don't take sarcasm well on the internet. You would hope that since it's not text on Twitter, so you can actually hear me, you can understand, but some people are interesting. All right, let's go. It was a bad joke, but. All right, next up is a group of enemies, some more enemies. As long as they don't hit me with a stupid low drop chance mission again, like they did earlier with the Draki, like that, as long as they don't do that, then I'm fine. The area of effect on these hits is pretty good, actually. He's doing pretty great, and then the arrows are also really great at helping to offset the other enemies that are around. Immediately fills the gauge. I'm gonna bring the sword with me because I'm already doing great damage on those, and I think that the sword could be a finisher for me. Let's see what that looks like. All right, let thy wounds be healed. Oh no, it's a monster. It's the boss. All right, so let's get started here. He's got some ranged attacks, huh? Oh, and he teleports. You truly are a ghost, good sir. Oh, no, they're not coming back. He's going to fire more. I thought it was going to come all the way back here. It doesn't seek me out, though. It just goes in a straight line, it looks like, so that's exploitable. Speaking of exploitable, I can throw back-to-back coup de grace. All right, there we go. We're good. And the win. Thank you, my man. So we're just leveled enough to be able to run through this, and that's a pretty great feeling. It's pretty great. So because initially, when I started playing a little bit off camera, there were a couple stages, and I don't know, maybe it's just, again, a level thing. And having to replay that other stage a few times certainly probably leveled us up a few times, I'm pretty sure. But there were a couple stages where I was like, oh, we're kind of getting pushed pretty hard here. The monsters that populate this rift are far stronger than the ones we encountered at Lunia. Did you know that? Unlike human beings, monsters do not get lost in rifts. In other words, rifts serve as an effective facilities for imprisoning humans. Our foe would appear to be rather cunning. Interesting. Be vigilant. And let's proceed from here. And next up is stage 2. We got a rank increase, so that's pretty great. We're going to play stage 2. I think stage 2 unlocked the following party member. The event was unlocked with stage 1, but I just don't know if it's on a 1-hour timer. And in general, if the event hasn't fully started for everyone yet, what it is. It says 1 hour there. It also said it needed to complete chapter 2, stage 1, so a few things there. I assume it just hasn't started yet, but I'm pretty sure I saw a tweet from them saying otherwise, so that's my speculation on that, but we will find out soon. And if it's not in this video, I'm not promising a part 3, but there's a good chance I'll do it. Okay, I'm just gonna chill here, and I'm not really too worried about these slimes. They don't really do a ton of damage. I will say I do like having the sword because you can start off with the arrow, and the arrow is pretty useful. Like, the arrow is actually really useful, and I didn't get enough. So maybe after this round, I will get enough, and especially if there's a minion somewhere around here. But maybe I'll get enough for 2 blessings, actually, because I didn't get even enough for 1. There was no minion, so I think after this round, I'll get enough for 2, which would be pretty nice. Again, still don't really have to do much. After these guys go down, if there's another wave that starts, I'll use the coup de grace. And there is. I want to get them bunched in one area so I can throw it. Oh, those other guys don't move, huh? Goodbye, slime! I love how they just ricochet off the wall. Do they do any damage to other surrounding things when they ricochet? That could actually be pretty interesting. I don't know if they do. That could be interesting. 3 chests. Nice. That's enough. All right. Briefly become invincible at intervals. Perform 2 consecutives. I'll take Flurry. Great Arrow Doubler. Scatters would be nice. We'll take the Great Arrow Doubler, though. I don't actually have the Great Arrow. I've got my own custom one with the weapon. I don't have the default arrow, though. I wonder if that only works for that. I guess we'll find out right now against the Slime Machine. Big Slime Boss. Appears that it does work with mine. It shot out another one. That's great. He's hitting me at the same time I'm hitting him. So can I parry him? Oh, it looks like it actually did parry him. That's great. Because he was on his way towards me and I knocked him back. I don't think we took any damage either. That's pretty great. Look at that slide. Look at him go spinning, doing a 720 and all that. We're good, man. We got a couple more chests. Great. So I think we unlock our 3rd character now. That it's pretty great as well if we do unlock the 3rd character. But above all else, we're able to chapter 2, stage 2. So we should get an interaction here and they'll give me another character. I did see, I think the mage got, or not mage, but he's not a mage anymore, but the side character got an increase in critical rate by 1%, a whopping 1%. There is someone here who claims to be an ally of the Dragon Wings. Is it a girl? We don't need a 3rd guy, man. Another adventurer here. Expanding our numbers will certainly increase our tactical options. Lead on. All right, let's go. And it is a girl. She's cute. New companion. Cool. They don't really interact with you at all. They're just here. Here's a new character. So there you go. Kiori. That's why I said earlier, that was in this video, I'm sure not part 2, that I can see them doing character collaborations with the other games and just bringing those characters over. And I think I could really see that working. They have a lot of notable characters, even some like Terry that they could do or something like that. They could make their way into this game. All right, so edit, and Kiori is now a part of the party, and boom, there we go. So now I can actually rearrange the party members, change your party's lineup as you see fit, prepare for battle by saving party-specific equipment and vocations. So it looks like a save squad. It's a preset, basically, so I'll take it. We can auto and set her up. They gave her a level 15 spear weapon. She's quite strong already, so I don't know that we need to do a ton for her, but she is quite strong already. We're going to go ahead and auto here. He already has the best gear on, so we're able now to go back and do another pull, so I wanted to do that as well. So we're going to click this and claim the equipment upgrade ticket, an item that grants entry to weapon upgrade quests. We are also going to see, unlock the artifacts. Artifact album, various artifacts can be hidden around or found hidden around Valdesia. Artifacts you find will be recorded in your album. Fill its pages to receive gems and other rewards. Nice. So chapter 1 in Lunia, these were a letter from Zephyr. So this is an album, sure, but we're located in Lunia Flats. How to acquire is the droney search. So my drones find these. They find all of these, it looks like, is what I should say. There's 3 more hours on this. It unlocks at droney search level 5. You level up droney search? That's interesting. Can I speed this up? I can complete the search instantly so it doesn't take another 3 hours. Let's see what he got something because there's a red dot on the album there. Some stuff here, whatever this is, this first item was very useful apparently for the album there. We are going to deploy again in Lunia Flats. So you see how this works. They just, like I said, it's a dispatch system and then ultimately they'll find those items. All right, so let's go through and, I got 20 tickets. Oh, we're definitely going to do some pulls here and see if we can get lucky. Oh, I've got 100 summons for the premium summon here. Makes me annoyed I used any gems, period. Because what is the... Oh, so it's 100 for one. Never mind. So that's right. Earlier, we had that in part 1 where it was 10 for one summon, right? And it's a little bit of a confusing system, but it's like they're shards. It takes 10 shards to make 1 ticket, so never mind. I take it back. It's not as cool as I thought it was, but I'm not mad at it. Let's see if we can get lucky. Slime! Rainbow. At least we got a rainbow through. We didn't get any super nice animation or anything. Oh, a fake out change. Nice. Since they changed there, I assume they can't change post, but the rainbow's pretty early here. Come on, a weapon! All right, the flame armor bottom pieces. I will take those. Not bad. I'd like to get the full flame set with the fire sword too. That could be pretty cool. That's kind of the type of thing I would like to do. But obviously that could require some monetary stuff or some great luck, but it's not like this beta has spending in it, so don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about post-official release of the game. Using tickets also didn't give me a stamp, so that's something to note. I think it was the same intact. I can't remember. It's been a while. Oh, let's go. I don't know what the stamp was. I don't think it was. I was too busy talking. I didn't look at it. But that's the first time I've seen that sparkle with the rainbow tap. We're going to see some beautiful slimes. Are we getting more than one rainbow here? Hello, slimes. I love you. Oh, we are getting more than one. See, that's what it was, because that summon looked very different than all the other ones we had done previously. All right, show me something. All right, so we got the platinum shield. I'll take it. All right. So what else do we have here? We got the platinum shield, silver curious, and weapon? Oh, it is a weapon. It's the one the boomerang from part 1 that was in all of my rerolls. They were all boomerangs. Non-stop boomerang. All right. I don't think that was what it was. It was just quality armor ore. We're also going to get some top-notch armor ore, which is for We're also going to get some top-notch armor ore, which is for enhancing. Tremendous upgrade. Pretty nice. So let's get that. I think we've had some pretty great luck, even though I'm not getting the weapons I want, but I'm pretty cool with that. Overall, though, still just getting these is pretty nice so that we can continue to make our characters stronger across the board, especially when you consider the fact that you got 3 characters, so you need to have enough weapons and gear for 3 slots worth of characters. No matter who the character is, you need to have 3 slots. And also, another thing to point out is if you happen to change their vocation, you got to start from scratch. So that's another thing too. Now, that doesn't change your overall gear or anything like that. You can maybe have a better affinity for the weapon that you were using, but you will have to level from scratch until you've done them all anyway. So you know how that works. But you want to make sure you've got some good gear that's leveled up and all that stuff to help you while you are under leveled. However, you can still have a carry character, I guess, so it doesn't necessarily matter, so never mind. Anyway, I love how it says I'm holding 10 tickets, but it's technically only a single summon's worth. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap part 2 here. I think this one might have been longer than part 1, but ultimately, if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for your support. Check out part 1. It should be clickable on the screen right now if you haven't seen it, and I'll see you in the next video.